Good morning to you,
Good
doctor.
good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so I like that intro for us with horses, but from what I'm understanding, horses, they're able to help us with healing.
Yeah, horses are really great at sensing how somebody is feeling. They're kind of live biofeedback machines, if you will. So they really mirror what we're feeling. If we're calm or if we're anxious, they pick up on that. And so they make a really good partner in kind of a hands-on approach for working through some things like trauma, anxiety, depression, things like that.
So when we're talking about that, are you talking specifically about kids? Because I see that you do focus on kids a lot, but is this also for adults?
Oh, absolutely. All ages. And we use the EGALA model. So there's a mental health professional, an equine specialist, the horse, and then a client or a group of clients. And we don't do any riding, it's all on the ground. So, even somebody who's older and doesn't think they could still get up on a horse, things like that, or maybe you're a little too intimidated by that. Um, Really all ages can benefit from it. And we've had preschool age on up.
So you said here there's no riding, and that's kind of one thing that I would think that would happen. But then, so I guess we're on the ground. And so walk me through the process. If I were to sign up and go through this, what am I doing? What's the horse doing? What's the whole thing?
Right. So the horse is really allowed to do whatever they want to do. And like I said, they really mirror what we're feeling and experiencing ourselves. But before we go out into the arena or around pen, we'll meet with people and ask about what is it that you're wanting help with. Um, are you struggling with boundaries? Are you struggling with a certain decision, too much stuff, feeling overwhelmed? And then we'll pick activities that can help you work through that in the moment. So things like carrying a bunch of items while walking through an obstacle course, or we might give you items and say, set something up and how you would handle this. So using a lot of items on the ground, um, cones, um, balls,
So it's very interactive.
very interactive.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's what we're getting at too. And do the horses help with reading in any way?
they do. We have two certified instructors for horse powered reading. That's a program that was developed by a professor at Concordia University in St. Paul. And she's done a lot of research over the years about how beneficial that experience can be for kids. Um, you don't necessarily think about learning to read and using horses as the first thing, but it's really a social, emotional, hands-on experience. So kids can get out there and use their entire body, their mind, their emotions, and it's really using a metaphor. So again, students are just interacting from the ground. They use toys and props to help them learn critical reading skills. So we work on phonemic awareness, decoding, vocabulary, fluency, comprehension, that sort of thing. And again, the goals will depend on that individual or the group of individuals that we're working with. If somebody is an advanced reader, they might have different goals or things they want to work on than somebody who's struggling a little bit more.
That is just very fascinating because you don't put kids, horses, and reading all together, but it's so much involved that you actually have a book club happening once a month. Tell me a little bit about that.
Right. So once a month on Saturday mornings, we have a book club. Again, from preschool age up through the end of elementary school. And we use some of those horse powered reading activities during the book club. But we also just get to spend time reading, and the horses are around us, or we have a couple goats. A couple weeks ago, when we had our book club for January, the goat, of course, provided a lot of entertainment as it was trying to eat just about everything.
Of
And then
course.
we do a related craft and
So,
just, again, a chance to experience books in a different way than you would just sitting in a classroom.
Absolutely. Definitely puts that educational factor and just interactive and makes it fun. And then before we leave you here too, Doctor, we have another event coming up here at the Lewis Hotel at Buck Stop Junction coming up on February 11th. What's happening there?
Right. So we have our first big fundraiser, the Hearts and Hopes Gala. And so we'll be out at Buck Stop Junction and having dinner, and we've got a DJ coming. Thomas and Moriarty's will be there, providing some drinks. We're doing a Gatsby theme this year, so we welcome people to come out and get dressed up in 1920s era clothing, or just come as you are, whatever you're most comfortable with, of course. And then we'll have a silent auction, and that will be in person, but also available on the link for tickets. Will also, starting next week, have the option to bid online for any silent auction items.
Awesome stuff there. Sounds like Hope Brains has a lot to offer, and I know a lot of people will be reaching out to with more questions, or just they're interested in more information. So in that case, where can they find more information about Hope Brains?
Yeah, so they can definitely reach out by phone, or our Facebook page is hopebrainsnd.com. We're on Facebook and we're on Instagram, so any of those ways.
I much appreciate it here, Dr. Sarah Kenny from Hope Brains. Thank you so much for coming on here today.